Okay, recording. Celebrating our 20th anniversary of being a part of Isagenix. So if you have not already bought your ticket, get in your back office, tell your teams about it. We're pumped to be there. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
No.
All right. Okay, sweet. So one of the things I was really pumped to share with you guys tonight is really taking your visualization and manifesting that into your reality, and really where this surge of energy from me and speaking with James today really started is go like this. If you've ever made a vision board, just go like this. If you've ever made a vision board. Okay. Yeah, of course. Everybody on this team has made a vision board. Well, last year we put on our vision board coastal living, and we put palm trees up, we put beach chairs out, and we put coastal living. And we did not even have a thought of literally moving from one state to the next, but we just put this dream, this desire, and visualize what it would be like maybe to have a winter home in a coastal place. And through a series of events, we really felt God leading us for a season, don't know how long that season is, but to the coast, leaving a place that we deeply love, cherish, with a great, amazing community that we love and that we really just like so deeply care for, to have crazy faith in this bamboo season, to leave everything we knew and come and live on the coast. We felt like God was planting us on the beach for this season. And most of you have been on these team calls. The moment we arrived in Jacksonville, there was bamboo everywhere we looked at the specific Airbnb that we were at. And ultimately, God ended up saying, stay put here for multiple of reasons. And when we looked at our vision board, we realized that the dream that we had dreamed of for so long, being on the coast, we're literally living out that dream today. Coastal living on Jacksonville Beach with a 3-minute walk from our beach condo to the beach, and we have our feet in the sand. And I was looking at James today, and I was saying how powerful visualization is in manifesting towards your dreams. Now, I've been listening to some incredible podcasts really talking about the power of seeing things. And for those of you who've been a part of our whole team, this team, your team, our team, it's all of ours. It's not mine and James's, it's yours as well. We've talked a lot about putting sticky notes up, seeing numbers, seeing the things that you want. But I'm here to tell you that not just visualizing it, but praying for those things to take place in your family, in your business, in your life, and then finally coupling it with action. Like we always say, a dream without action is merely a dream. But when you have something deeply rooted within you that's coming up, that's a burning passion of yours to see it come into fruition, what are you willing to do on a daily basis to see it come forth? So if you haven't already made a vision board, what are the things that you can print out, that you can look at, that you can talk to your spouse about, that you can talk to your children about, to bring things to a greater surface so that you can work towards it to see it become your reality? So when you're looking at your network marketing business, your business, what are those things that you want to see happen in your life? And it's not just about the specific number of cycles that you want to see each week or each month, or the specific income in your compensation plan history that you want to see every single month. How is your life? What do you want your life to literally look like? Like, what do you want your life to look like? Do you want to wake up next to your spouse every single day and not have to rush off to work and feel that connection day in and day out? Do you want to have a beach house for a couple months out of the year? Maybe You want a couple hours for a nanny to come into your home so that you can work on different passions. What are the actual things that is going to make up your dream life? Again, not just a specific number, but getting really clear on what your dream life actually looks like. So for a long time, I would focus on a specific number and not the specific dream life that encompassed what we really wanted our life to look like. So once we got clear on the actual dream life and we worked towards it, the income matched what the dream life was really what we wanted inside. And so when you're looking at your network marketing business, I really want to encourage you to take a look at what your dreams really are, what your dream life actually is. And to really put that on either a poster board or surrounded in your home of what the feelings feel like, of what it actually looks like, so that when you look at it on a daily basis, it really does begin to burn, so that when you take the action, you begin to see it manifest in your reality.
Comment a 1 in the chats if you actually have visualization around your house or around your environment to remind you of where you're going. Just take inventory. Do you have something in your world right now that is reminding you what you're doing, why you're doing it? Because who can agree? Show of hands. Who realizes there's a million distractions in the world, right? You go to the kitchen to get something and there's 5 things that you've looked at on your phone and that you've heard from your spouse, and you're like, I don't even know why I just came in here, right? There's so many distractions and only increasing. I talked about environment this morning on my Instagram story because I was reminded of it at such a great length. Not to get into that, but to be reminded that your mind is so predictable. It really is. And if you want to focus on something, if you want your attention to be towards something, or you want results to come from a certain area, it is up to us in a large degree to put those structures around us so that we can be reminded of and pulled towards that vision on a consistent basis. And so, maybe this is a good reminder for all of us. It can seem very fundamental, very elementary to have a vision board, or you don't need to have a night necessarily where you're, putting Elmer's glue on a big poster board and, cutting out pictures. You don't necessarily have to do that, okay? But a place where you can actively visualize what it is that is in complete alignment with you, what the Leos are going after and what is singing to them in this specific season is different than what is singing to Brad and Mallory, which is different than Ellen Kimball, Kathy Waldrop. They're all unique. None of this comparison, well, Lane and Chelsea, they have this goal and I really feel like that should be my goal too. Mm-hmm. So, maybe I should just make that my goal. That really gets you out of line very quickly, but a lot of us can fall into that. I know I can as well. So getting into that visualization, really, really huge. But more so than that, what we are excited to get into tonight is talking about what we have with network marketing. Now, look, there are such a mass amount of people that are so excited about network marketing. They're looking for companies to join. They're actively joining. I know Kathy, talking to a lady in the UK today, sent her recommended cart. Kathy Waldrop, you guys potentially expanding into the UK markets as we speak. Come on, how amazing is that? Kathy started Isogenics for her heart, for her health. And she's now potentially expanding into international markets, being an amazing mom of 5, a grandmom and a wife, but just phenomenal. But there's so many different avenues of investments, of business, of things that we can put our hand to. And we were reminded and have been reminded over the past several weeks, the gold that we have with network marketing. Mm-hmm. Because in today's world, especially, investments are a huge part of conversation, right? Who feels like they've had there's been an increase of the word investments in 2022. I know for me, I've just heard it left and right. Everybody's talking about investments. Are you investing in Bitcoin? Are you investing in Tesla? Are you investing in Amazon? Yeah. Are you investing in real estate? Everybody is talking about investing. And when we talk about network marketing being a lot of things, but an investment in an investment business is usually not one of them. But it's got us thinking we talk about it being an investment in our health, right? We talk about that all the time. But when we stop to actually take a look at this as an investment opportunity and an investment, compared to apples of what else is in the world, we're going to share tonight some statistics that are absolutely mind melting, okay, when it comes to the returns that people are making in this specific organization, and then talking about what is typical out in the world for investments and what people are making.
Well, and this conversation really got started because James and I were talking about, investments and like what other people are doing to continue to compound their money. And I said, let's just look at network marketing, specifically Isagenix, as an investment, and let's run some numbers. And so we connected with leaders on this team to share these numbers, and those that got back to us, they said that it was okay that we share. So we just want you guys to like really let this sink in. Kathy Waldrop has been with, these are rough estimate numbers, okay? Kathy Waldrop has been building, for the first time ever, homeschool mom of 5. Okay, you guys know her testimony. For 3 years, she's been building, started out part-time. She's doing this. Everybody has different hours of the day that they're investing in this. Kathy has invested roughly $7,000 of her own money into her network marketing business, roughly $200 a month for 3 years to eat her nutrition, collagen, whatever it is. Roughly $7,000 investment for 3 years to earn back $65,000. That is an 800% return on investment, a 266% annual return on her investment.
So just to put that in perspective, huge, first off, that give some love in the chats for Kathy. I mean, come on, that's amazing, guys. This is a time to celebrate, a time to really lean in and engage to what it is we have. Because I'm telling you, everybody is selling something out there. Okay, now we have events, we have things that you can purchase, hotel rooms and whatnot. So the investment can be a little more or a little less. But we're talking about the specific product that people are ordering per month. That's where we got that $7,200 for a 800% ROI. Now, just to lend some perspective before we go into these others, does anybody know the annualized return of investment percentage of, let's say, your traditional index funds over the past half century? Does anybody know what the annual return rate is? Okay,
7 to 10%.
7 to 10%. So I just looked it up today. It's about 10.5%. Index funds. Okay, it's just an assortment of some of the largest companies, and that is over the past 57 years or however long we've been tracking it, has been an average return of 10.5%, which means that if Kathy would have invested $2,000, that at the end of the year she would have just about $2,200. She would have a 10%, because $200 is 10% of 2,000. You guys following me? So you annualize that, and then you compare it to what she's been able to make. This is what we have contrasting to. Not only that, but she hasn't had to put out $65,000 to make a return of 10% on that large amount of cash. Okay, so just to put the barometer for you, if you didn't know, 10.5% of the traditional index markets is what people are getting back annually right now.
All right, so Lane and Chelsea Taylor, unbelievable story. They've been in Isagenix for 5 years. And if you guys have watched their journey, full-time family with their super cute son, Walker, they've been in Isagenix building their network marketing business for 5 years, earning $320,000. $320,000 with their business. In the 5 years, they've invested $12,000 of eating and consuming their product for a return of 2,558% or 511% of annual return.
Guys, come on.
Come on, give the Taylor some love.
when I say mind melting, it's mind melting. These are numbers that the FTC would want to come in and shut down, but we're being very candid with all of you about what numbers actually are being produced right here and right now. A 2,500% ROI, just ridiculous. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. So then you have the Leos. The Leos have been in for 3.5 years. They've crossed the $50,000 mark. Give the Leos some serious love. They made $51,000, and their investment has been $8,200 of product that they have consumed. That is a return on investment of 521%, an annualized return of 148% every single year.
It's amazing.
I would be writing down these numbers if I were you, because there are so many things in this world that are telling you you can get a 5% return, 10% return, even a really rich return would be maybe 15%. Guys, what we have here is so incredibly powerful. It's worth reiterating over and over and over again tonight. So we're going to be
and James and I are very open and very for investing your money to create more income. We are for you, putting your money and investing your money and making more money. But when we went over this, we were just like jaw dropped and wanted you guys to know what you're actually working towards, from your network marketing business to really what is out there, which we're encouraging people, go do. But what you have here, look and see and be in deep gratitude for what it is that you're creating. Jennifer Higgins, who's gonna watch the recording, has been in Isagenix for 8 years. All of you guys know the amazing mom that Jennifer Higgins is, and the wife that she was to Fred, her late husband. And she's been in Isagenix for 8 years, working this very part-time. And she would say that she's made $138,000. She's invested 19 grand on product that she's consuming for a 618% return and a 77% annual return. Unbelievable. My parents, Carrie and Janelle Moss, 9 years. They've made $1,140,000 with their network marketing business. They've invested $43,000 in 9 years for a return of 2,551%, or a 283% annual return.
Now, let me just pause right here. Assume you're on the phone and somebody says, hey, Marcial, I have an opportunity for you. You give me $8,000, and in 3 years, I'm going to turn it into $60,000. Would you think that's a pretty great opportunity? Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. You'd be like, okay, well, what's the catch? Is this legal? That would be your first thought. But these are, when we say, you guys, that network marketing is the gold standard, and it is the way that we get to bring in additional revenue into your household, even if it's as little as $300 a month. It cannot be overstated how significant that is. Right. When you compare it to the landscape that is out there, I'll be honest, we have done quite a bit of investing this year, relinquished a lot of capital, which we are incredibly excited about. But let me just tell you, it's a little different feeling investing a large amount of money into something versus paying, for $200 worth of e-shots that you're going to be drinking, knowing it's keeping your doors open for business. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit different feeling. And so, again, like Odd said, not that we're against investing and putting your money into other things. Absolutely, 100%. But think about how many people would love to be able to say, I invested into my health. Yes, I got the best collagen. I got the best, nutrition. I got the best pre-workout I could get my hands on. And I had a, 2,500% return on my investment because I had a willingness to share this with a couple of people because the products are so good and the company pays so generously.
Well, and let's just talk about the return on investment. Not only are you, the percentage of return on investment is astronomically high, But the return on investment isn't just the income and the astronomically high numbers. When you said yes to your network marketing business, it's because you wanted to make a positive impact in someone's life and people's lives. So when you're looking and we're sharing the percentage of return, it's also the percentage of lives that are positively being impacted through your continuation of plugging in and moving forward and sharing this gift. So not only are you being blessed with your return on investment, with the income that Isagenix is giving you, but you're also blessing a lot of other people in the process. And isn't that what life is all about? So let's take Kristen McCord. She's been building her network marketing business for 7 months. She's invested roughly $1,400 of her product for 7 months and has earned $6,500 back. That's a 364% return on investment. These are numbers when you're talking with people. These are things you want to share with them about your business. Ellen Kimball, $225,000 you've earned with Isagenix with a $20,000 investment over the course of roughly 9 years. That's a 971% increase with 107% increase year after year, an annual increase. When you're talking to people about the opportunity, share with them these numbers, because I'm telling you right now, all over my social media is invest in this, do this, make more money here, side hustle here, passive income here. I'm mind blown with these numbers. Numbers do not lie. And we're showing you these numbers right now.
So you take what we just shared and then you plug it into a system like the PVC 1-2-3 method of all the links are there embedded. All of the URLs are right there where you can take somebody through every single step to get them set up. They're going to self-assess and say, I have a 1, 2, or 3. I just want to consume the products. I want to share this, or I want to run. And everything is built for you, for us, for your new people. You don't have to go start and build a brand new business from the ground up with all sorts of systems and back-end coding to deal with infrastructure and product shipment and fulfillment and return. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff. When you visualize where you want to be, you have in front of you, this is what this means to me, to get more time with my grandkids, to spend more time with my kids, to invest more time in a ministry or a charity that I would really love to be able to give more to financially or to give more to with my time. When you have that vision in front of you, when you dim down the distractions and the voice and noises of the world that are they're just noise, and you get really clear and allow your enthusiasm. Guys, this requires a stirring. You guys feel stirred at all? Does your enthusiasm feel stirred? Okay, it's because we've taken a giant rod and we've just stirred up the pot. That's what it is. But this stirring can be done and should be done on a personal level every day when it comes to your Isagenix system. We start every day with an e-shot. I am so grateful. You know how much that stirs me? You know how much that stirs my enthusiasm for what we have with Isagenix, that I get that clean energy in my body first thing, and I'm not going for a Bang or a Red Bull or something like that, that I have an alternative. You go to the bank and you see a direct deposit when you open that app and you go, man, I'm just so grateful. You stir it up. You stir it up actively of what it is that we have. And then you take just for a second to look around and say, okay, if the annual percent of what the most common thing and most common investment is returning 10.5%. And that's still a great percent, by the way. When you compare it to what, and we could do 50 different names of people who are just having just ridiculous numbers, but this is what we could get to before the call tonight. How can we not share this?
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. I mean, when you consider where we're at right now, that you have something in your hands that can truly bring You might not deem it because you listen to people and you listen to podcasts who are doing 7 figures, 8 figures a year in their businesses. Then you might not deem your business a big deal, or you might not deem, helping somebody create $250 or $500 a month a big deal. But let me just tell you right here and now, that is a huge deal, a huge deal. And so we are thrilled that, we've been exposed to this, that you've been exposed to this, and that we all get to be a part of this together, and that we get to look at it as well as an investment. And when you look at it, not just as a cycles per week, but you look at the ROI, it really speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So that's what we wanted to share with you guys tonight. We really wanted you guys to know and to inspire you that in your conversations, maybe you are talking to entrepreneurs that are looking for ways to invest. Share with them these numbers. Share with them, the return on investment that you're seeing, not even from a residual income standpoint, you guys. It's not just a one-time return on investments. You're getting a return on investment residually over and over and over again. So we're so honored to be a part of something like this. Like, genuinely woke up this morning and thanked God for leading me to Herb and Patty almost 10 years ago. Well, longer than 10 years ago, but leading me to Herb and Patty, because it has allowed the trajectory of life, and all of you on this call and your yes, what it has, how many lives have been changed simply by your yes. So we're excited to be a part of this with you. We're pumped to be together at Celebration in Orlando, and we will see you next Monday at 8:30 Eastern.
Have a great night, everybody.